Today's video is not one that I wanted to make. I'm not excited to make this video because some of these realities are really starting to hit home.
Welcome to the API for Everyone Daily Brief.
Look, it's one thing to be tip of the spear, making futuristic predictions, following tech trends, but it's another when some of those predictions, especially the hard predictions, actually start coming to pass. Today, unfortunately, is one of those days. Amazon just announced that they are cutting 14,000 corporate jobs. 14,000. This is the largest in Amazon's history. And there's talks that they're going to cut up to a total of 30,000 jobs in the corporate and tech workforce. 30,000 jobs. This is part of Andrew Yasse's multi-year plan to make Amazon leaner and less bureaucratic, which sounds amazing, but at the cost of clearly 14,000+ jobs. Now, the company is calling it a strategic relocation to generative AI. And this is its biggest bet since the internet. But what's really happening here? Well, when you look at all the different things that Amazon has its hands into, it's pretty mind-boggling. They're going to be cutting jobs from everything from video games to grocery to human resources to sustainability to ads to physical devices. Like Amazon really just kind of runs our entire country. But at the same time that they're doing this, they are spending $118 billion this year on AI and cloud infrastructure. And here's a soundbite that you're not going to hear on CNBC or Yahoo Finance, that Amazon is cutting people to fund machines. Let me say that again. Amazon is cutting people to fund machines. They are moving that money from headcount into the hardware and the AI infrastructure that they need within the company. And one thing I want to touch on here that I think it's important for people to understand is more of a macro look at this, this war that we have going on with China versus the U.S. Because China is taking a much different approach than we are here in the United States. Now, part of that is they're forced to, because the United States controls the chips with NVIDIA. We control the chips that make all of this happen. But we do sell them chips. We just sell them a generation or two behind, and then sometimes we cut it off, and sometimes it's just maybe a video for another day. But China treats AI as national infrastructure, so no different than broadband, roads, electricity, and they're just putting a massive public investment in these kind of open source standards within the way that they approach it. Where the United States is more, it's privatized, right? These private companies are raising billions and billions of dollars. You've got Amazon, Microsoft, Google, OpenAI, and they're all creating their own infrastructure layer, and we're seeing it here with Amazon. So whoever builds the pipes in America is going to win. So the race is a lot more than the USA versus China. The race is Microsoft versus Google versus OpenAI versus whatever. And whoever wins is going to control America. But Amazon is doing this internally as well. And they're wiring this AI into every division in the corporation. So that's a very important note of understanding of what's going on in the world from a macro level. What are a few lessons for leaders that we can take away from this very challenging situation? Well, the first thing I want you to think about is understanding that AI shifts budgets, not just tools. When you're trying to make these decisions on, do I want to replace a worker or a task or whatever that is, you're going to replace that budget into some kind of AI tool that automates it. So you're going to have to decide where to reinvest those savings. Is it going to be in data systems? Is it going to be into new customer products? Or what I vote is that you bring somebody like me in to do some AI training for your staff, because you have a couple of issues here. Number one, your employees are using AI, whether you have a policy in place or not. Number two, just buying a co-pilot's license isn't enough. And number three, you're going to have a lot of fear within your workforce as the news continues to move forward, that jobs are being cut. Think if you work at Amazon right now, 14,000 of your fellow coworkers are out of a job, and you're hearing there's going to be another 14 or 15,000 job cuts coming. You have a lot of fear every day when you go into work. You're going to need people to come in and train your staff to get them in the right mindset to see who those AI champions are, the people that you want to stay in your company. They're going to be a valuable asset for you. And that's what folks like me can accomplish for you. Lesson number 2 is speed beats size. Now, I know that might sound like common sense, but I've worked with plenty of companies that had to have 15 meetings to make one decision. So what happens here is fewer layers means just cutting the slow approval chain, and decisions can get made faster. So my advice here is to think smaller teams, empowering them, giving them AI tools, allowing them to experiment, to make a few mistakes, but to automate their job, to make their lives easier, and to be more productive in the time that they're there. If you empower these employees, you're going to have a better culture. They're going to feel more secure, and they're absolutely going to be more productive. And that's a win-win-win across the board. And lesson for leaders number 3 here is build your own AI backbone, your own AI infrastructure. Don't just depend on one of those big companies that you already work with, say a CRM company that all of a sudden is just integrating AI into their system and think that that's enough. Start looking at how you can connect AI into all of your company, how all of it actually runs together. So think CRM, think reporting, think your HR systems, think about customer support. And as you start figuring out ways to tie all those together and create your own AI infrastructure, this is what's going to give you the edge over your competitors, because all of them are just paying the extra fee for AI slapped into some system that they've already been using for the past decade. But that just leads to the same generic results that all your competitors get. And is that what you want? I don't think so. Oh, and one more thing. Come here. AI is forcing our companies to pick a lane. And I get it. Taking from today to fund tomorrow can be very unpopular, but it is a strategy. So make the hard call early, but measure weekly. So my question for you today is this: where will you relocate your budget into AI first? I would love to hear from you. Leave me a comment in the comment section. And that ends our time together today. I know this wasn't a very positive video, but I'm going to cover everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, and how we are moving forward with all this. So if you found this video informative at all, please hit the subscribe button, like button, bell notification. Leave me a comment. I would love to know, where is your headspace in this? Do you think maybe Amazon was just too bloated and this is an excuse? Or do you think AI is really having this much of an impact? I'm very curious to hear from you on that front. Well, that's it for me today. My name is Harrison Painter. This has been your AI Daily Brief. And until next time, keep creating, keep innovating, and most importantly, keep up. God bless you.
Thanks for listening. I'm glad you stayed. One more spark for the plans you've made. If this show hit, go share the vibe. Like, subscribe, let's build this tribe.